What's going on is Anton from antondaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. I'm just in my dressing room, in my waiting room. I'm about to get dressed so I can go and shoot for Dr. Phil. Everything is absolutely awesome, but I want to address an issue that you guys alerted me to, and I kind of had seen it a little bit in my email, but I was so consumed with trying to make sure that I got things taken care of and prepped so that when I came on set in order to shoot today, that I'd be focused and I'm not distracted by what's happening and all this other stuff. So before I get into that, make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. The best time to join the Patreon is the beginning of the month, and we got the bag chasers, we got Stock Club coming later on this week, so that's gonna be awesome. In addition to that, make sure you get that Teach Henley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. The link is in the description. Ladies, get it for the fellas. Fellas, don't wait for the ladies to get it for you. It's a phenomenal product. I use no filters whatsoever. I just shoot and I kick it and I keep it moving from there. So before I get dressed, let me address something really quickly. Really quickly, so I'm not gonna be before you long. So somebody was telling me that Roland Martin is out here being sassy. Now, I'm not talking about what he was saying to Tyrese. I'm not talking about how he was replying to, who was it? Jermaine Dupri. I'm not talking about the fact that he keep on saying black men for Kamala Harris and keep on holding these rallies and stuff. Because at first I was trying to figure out, well, what is the point of him doing this? Why is he so gung-ho about this? Why is this a thing? You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, I'm anti-establishment. Somebody told me he was a part of the Divine Nine, so of course that played a role into it. And I would love nothing more than to debate a Roland Martin. But now I'm starting to think a little bit differently. Well, Anton, why? Because apparently during the live stream, something sassy popped up on his screen and he was showing man buns. So before I decided to even make this video, because of course I'm not going to show it on YouTube, because, you know, community guidelines, it's a thin line and all of this stuff. So I'm not going to get into that. I don't want to do a reaction video to what he was looking at because I don't even want that on my algorithm. But I did a little bit of research, and apparently it's a show, and I'm not sure if it was HBO or something like that, right? But it's a show that's on Netflix or something like that, where basically everybody is coming in and they're getting introduced naked. So you got man buns walking back and forth. But here's the key. For me in particular, and I know people can do whatever it is that they want to do. For me in particular, I don't even want certain things on my algorithm. I would never entertain something like that because I'm just not interested in. And so I'm not going to hold him accountable for his choices and content. And I'm also not going to call him a part of the alphabet community, even though there's some people out there that are suggesting that he may be. Has nothing to do with me, not my business. I don't get into that. I don't call people names unless they openly say that that's what they are. And even if people question it, we can't just automatically assume it. But here's the thing that I'm wondering, right? Because I know as a tech worker myself, and as a person that also participated in user experience, and in user experience, we understand every single thing that there is to know because we're kind of the bridge and the go-between between the developers and the product owners and the project managers and the scrum masters and all of that stuff, right? So it's my job to understand every aspect of it, including the things that the tech workers don't even understand, right? Because the developers, they just go in there and develop. They give you give them what it is that they want, and you know, they just go in and they do it. They're one-track mind and all of that. And the project managers, you know, they're trying to keep the project on task, and you know, the scrum masters are trying to make sure that, you know, operating in this agile environment. And some people may not be familiar with tech environment, but just roll with me here. Everybody got a job to do, but as a user experience professional, I'm not just looking at it from a project perspective, but I need to understand every single aspect of what we're working on, right? So I know that the algorithm, let's assume that he wasn't automatically watching that in his spare time, which I can't say that he wasn't, but let's assume that he wasn't, right? And that the algorithm just recommended him that. Well, the algorithm is recommending it because that's the type of stuff that he already watches, right? So now my question then becomes, who are our leaders? Because I believe that God showed us this for a reason. I don't think that this just happened based off of happenstance. I don't think that this is a thing that just played out just randomly. I believe that it was meant to happen, and it was meant to be revealed to us who these people really are that is leading y'all into this into this hellhole. And so as God continues to reveal people for who they are and what it is that's recommended to them based off of what they watch or what they watch in their spare time, which that shouldn't even be on it. You know what I'm saying? That shouldn't even be a part of your algorithm whatsoever. It's crazy. It's just crazy because I don't understand why a man. Now, I understand women often at times have people that are sassy as their best friends. But I don't understand as men, because I've even met men in the airport that tried to debate me based off of the policies and Trump's policy and everything like that. I don't understand as men why y'all look to Roland Martin, or why you would be following Roland Martin and making decisions that's the best for your family or the best for your country or even for yourselves as far as who you voting for. Why would you follow a Roland Martin? Why would that be a thing? You see what I'm saying? I have to question people that then follow certain people, not for entertainment purposes, but is looking to them for insight and information on how they're supposed to move. And so as I navigate these social media spaces and I discover more people, or I discover, how people are rocking and things are revealed to us, you take new information and you make the best of it and then you move accordingly. But again, I'm confused why y'all would follow a Roland Martin. He isn't even an authority in my opinion, and he's just a part of an old establishment. I do believe, and I can't substantiate this, but this is my opinion, I do believe that they are getting paid. I do believe that there's a financial incentive, and even if it's not directly, which we can't substantiate whether it is or not, I would love for somebody to ask these people the questions. All of these people, the Charlemagnes, the Roland Martins, the Ricky Smilers, and all of these people, are you being paid? And what incentive do you have to continue to fight against the thing that's the best for the people, right? I wonder that. I'm curious about it. Not in the way that Roland Martin may be curious, but I'm curious about it. Just a little jokey joke. But yeah, man, we're going to talk about it on After Hours tonight. We had a phenomenal show on the Millionaire Morning Show this morning. I will be back in Detroit by tonight. So I'm about to shoot this, and then I'm going to shoot back out to Detroit. We're going to do After Hours tonight, and then we back on the Millionaire Morning Show in the morning. All right. So again, make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. It is the best group on earth. And we on a journey to 10,000 bag chasers. So shout out to all of the bag chasers. Also, Teach Henley, phenomenal sponsor. I would never recommend something that I do not rock with myself. As you can see, black don't crack. And Teach Henley is a phenomenal product for all people of all races. And ladies, go and cop it. Fellas, go and cop it. Ladies, don't wait for the fellas to cop it. Get it for themselves if they don't want it, or if they ain't gonna be on top of it because they not, they still try to be dusty. We want them to get to the money, and we want them to look good doing it, or we want their skin to look good at the very least doing it. All right. So be careful who you follow. Be careful with Roland Martin. And yeah, man, we got to vet our leaders a little bit more effectively. And shout out to the people that's making mistakes on what it is that they showing as a part of their algorithm or what they watching off camera. I love you. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to see y'all later on today. Peace.